Hello guys and welcome back to another video. In this video, as you can see, we have Mexico. Um, this is round 6 of IRC or Indian Racing League, and I would like to apologize for the last video where I said I would put up the calendar and I forgot to do it, and again it's just a complete snooze fest for me to see and for you guys as well, so I decided not to put it in. However, um, uh, I will make sure to do it now, and here is the standings on your screen, and this is before this round, as the videos go up before the stewards verdicts come out, so not everything is finalized and the standings haven't been updated on the website. So here's the standings before the before this round. And as you can see, we are 5 points in the lead from contended Mink in the Ferrari, who is our championship rival. And as you can see, we're quite clear from everybody else. So really, it's going to come down to who can score more points and who can show more of a dominant performance over the season. And as you can see, here is the calendar. And the next round after Mexico, we have Brazil, which is going to be quite interesting, and Australia. Which is kind of odd because we don't usually expect to see Australia at nearing the end of the season. Then we have Britain, which I'm quite confident at, and then which is followed by Bahrain as the last round. So the races will be quite interesting here on after, so make sure to subscribe and turn on the post notification so you can know when I upload these videos, or if you want to watch them live, then the link for my Twitch is in the description. I do Indian Racing League Thursdays at 9 PM IST, or I think that is 4 PM GMT. So yeah, make sure to tune in. And that's all I really have to say, other than the fact that I had to cut out a lot of parts in the middle because of nothing really happening in them. Again, just getting stuck in no man's land for quite a long time. So let's just move on to the session, and let's just hope that there is no rain, because if there's rain, well, I'm screwed because I've done no rain practice. And would you look at that, it is raining. Piss off, no. You can hear me say piss off, no. And let's just look at the weather here for a second. It is dry 10 minutes in the race. It is dry 15 minutes into the race. Let's see, it's dry 30 minutes into the race, and here we're getting towards the end points. And 45 minutes it starts to get cloudy.
It starts raining at the
and
end.
if there's a safety car towards the very end, it is going to rain. Let's move on to our lap here. We haven't made any setup changes personally, as I was pretty confident in my setup by myself. So yeah,
I've risked with my off throttle differential. If it doesn't work well,
I'm just hoping that there's no safety car here at this point, or if there is, then it's quite early, so that I can play into my strategy. Let's move on to our hot lap. We are on mediums, as you can see. Turning on hot lap, going off as wide as possible to gain as much speed as possible to get a very good exit and very good speed. Lots of speed through the main straight, which is quite long. So you do require that. Braking into the first corner at 100, second corner braking, could have gone past that curb a bit as it was completely legal, but I don't know why I didn't do that. Probably because I wasn't confident in with myself on the mediums. He said purple sector 1, but it could be false, as the game does sometimes show you false purple sectors. So yeah, it's not something to believe. And coming into the S's, very good line from there, very good line there as well. Trying not to upshift here, trying to stay on throttle as much as possible. Really good S's, especially for mediums. And coming into about the second last corner, I think. Nope, this is not the second last corner, my apologies. This is the second last corner, and take it quite well. that upshift to fourth kind of screwed us here coming onto the last corner, taking the cup, losing the car a bit, but still a P3, which is not bad. And pay attention to the strategy here. It says 14 laps on mediums and then softs. And my actual strategy was 16 laps on the mediums and then softs. So let's move on to the race itself, as there's a lot to view here in the race. Formation lap, trying to get a good start. A lot of wheel spin, so we'll correct that in the actual race start itself. Let's move on to that as I'm talking about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And away we go, and we get a decent start. Can we get past Bobby? Yes, Bobby gets a really bad start, even though he's one of the good starters here. He gets quite a poor start, still quite bunched up together. And then here comes Ming.
Leave space for me.
And Mink is all the way on the left. I told him to give space, and here comes Bobby on us. Bobby's trying to take the position, but nope. He spins, I think, there with another car, and because of that, we've lost quite a bit of time. We've lost over a second to Catty, who's our teammate again, who is the replacement for Hunter Vanguard or Shubham Goyat, if you don't know. Shubham will be back the next week for Brazil GP, so keep an eye out for that. Here, as you can see, we've lost over 2 seconds now to Catty, which is not what we wanted because of that dive bomb from Bobby, which was actually quite good if he could make it stick. And
or you spun.
As you can see, first lap started off well, has not gone good for us since then. And
good, you're here for one race, but you'll ruin somebody else.
The gap is staying about the same, so all of us are lapping at about the same time. Cat is just the fastest lap of 120.1.
From my POV, I give Bobby
and there's
a lot
Sunny
of space,
right behind us. We're in basically a soft tire sandwich because we're the only medium tire runner in the top 5. Now something's happened to HB, and AJ has gone past him. And Sunny here making a dive bomb. We're going side by side. Sunny is attacking me completely. We got a pretty poor exit from there. And I'm saying I'm done, but I'm not really done. And here comes Sunny onto us. I try to late brake. I have the line, and Sunny is still trying to push us. He pushes us a bit on the inside, and he's got the line now. And over here, if the other person's got the line, you will have to concede because you're off the line coming into the fast S's, which I did. And
bit of a new guy on the sticks.
Now I just had to hope I could stay with Sunny within his 1 second, because you can see he's making a few mistakes on the S's there, which is helping me to stick with him.
Slow, but like he knows how to race basically.
Which is exactly what we wanted, and this is what I was
like he'll come and
hoping for, that I would lose a couple positions because I'm starting on the mediums, but then gain back on the soft stint. So I was pretty quick on the softs. Let's see, Cathy sets another fastest lap. We've lost some time to Sunny. And let's move on to the end of lap 4, as nothing happened on lap 3. So here we are very close to Sunny, and turning on our DRS now, right behind Sunny. Not really within that slipstream range, getting closer though, still getting closer, very close, using the ERS, getting past, braking after the 100, about 80 meters. But here comes Sunny, braking even later, carrying a lot of momentum, lot of speed. He gets a very good exit. We get half decent exit, and because of the slipstream and DRS, we can still get past him, but he covers the inside, which pushes us off wide, which is not what we wanted, because now the line is compromised for this corner, and Sunny gets past on the outside, which again I would like to know your thoughts on this, because in my opinion that was legal, as the others deemed it legal as well, but it was a bit of a tricky situation there, so I don't want to comment on it further. And yellow flags in sector 1 won't bother us. We have DRS on Sunny. Coming into this corner, coming to the second last corner, we're quite close to Sunny. We've gained quite a lot on the brakes, which I practiced a lot here. that is the braking into every corner, different meters, and we are using ERS. We have slipstream from Sunny. We are using DRS. We turn off our ERS and we fly past Sunny.
It's fine because
And will we able to stick it, or will Sunny make a dive bomb? Sunny, I think, goes for it, but then we block him off there. Because of that, he's lost about 4 tenths to us. And through those corners, and we have DRS for the corner after as well, for the straight after as well, which is quite good. We said the fastest sector 1, but I'm pretty sure that's false yet again because, well, Catty's one lap pace god, so pretty sure that fastest lap will stick with him for quite a while. As you can see, some team orders, if you've paid attention, HB's gone past Sunny, so Sunny has let HB come through. He's basically released HB being the main driver of Alpine and Sunny being HB's sidekick. He's released HB onto me. HB was very, very fast throughout the weekend here. So he was quite fast in quali, but then he made a couple of mistakes which made him start from last. So in a matter of about 6 laps, he's gone from last to 4th. So you can just see how much pace he had, how much skill he has. And over here, HB is clearly going to get past me with DRS and slipstream.
Battle of the Ages
over here just flies past me. The power of slipstream and DRS is quite strong here, and it'll just help you launch and be understeer. And to not get a track limit warning, we had to concede and go off wide, which made us lose another couple of tenths, which is not ideal, but it's fine as we're within that 1 second gap to HB, which is fine enough for us, as we just require the assistance of DRS from the car ahead. I wasn't really looking to fight people in the first stint, but these Alpine boys were quite quick this weekend.
Have you spun?
Yeah. And something happens to HB, and HB nearly loses the car. Will HB DNF? HB does not DNF. He somehow saves that. And I have absolutely no idea how he saved that. But kudos to HB for that, and Sunny for avoiding that, because
no, he hasn't
perfect stuff there. Perfect stuff there. Let's move on from this lap. Let's go on. Okay, we're not moving on. Okay, my apologies.
Dude nearly took me
Well,
out
yeah,
because
well,
it was
both of them
scary.
lost quite a
Body
lot of
metal,
time to
I have to
me
lift off so much,
over
not so
here.
much time for these guys because of
And team orders yet again. HB's let Sunny by this time, because probably HB has quite hot tires from that moment right there at the exit of the S's, and we missed
that. Welcome
HB. And if you were
9
any
racing,
closer,
and
I
the
think
amount of
we
heat
would
spread
have
is so
been
high that you get
taken away
absolutely
with him,
lost.
or at least been contacted by him there
No man's
unintentionally,
land.
of course. But yeah, that was quite good from us, and from HB as well. Good save from him.
Nearly did HB.
And over here, as you can see, Ming gets 3 seconds, and he's a championship rival, so we just had to make sure we were within his 3 seconds. And over here, at the end of lap 10, you can see Ming gets 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. So that gives him 8 seconds worth of penalties. So we just had to make sure now that we don't get any track limit penalties, or even if we do, we had to stay within 8 seconds, or if we got 3 seconds, we had to stay within 5 seconds of him. Coming on to lap 15 here, because nothing really happened, just no man's land kind of stuff. We go into the pits here. Not the perfect pit entry, that cost us some time there, but it's fine. Going on to the softs here, sticking to our strategy. 2.6 second pit stop, which is not good. Mink is going to get past here. Will HB get past us? Could be quite close. Okay, HB gets past us. Will Sunny get past us? Because if Sunny gets past us, we're screwed. Will Sunny get past us? We're using ERS on the exit. It's very close, and we come out ahead of Sunny here. And everyone around us has some sort of penalties, while we have no warnings at all. And we're in quite a good place here. because you could totally win a race here just on not having track limits. And over here, as you can see, moving on, and that is Triple R Cool, who has retired. Will there be a safety car a lap later? Yes, there is. There's a safety car. And here is where I had to make the decision, and here is where you can understand the title. Basically, I had to think here. I had some time to think here if I should stay on my softs and continue a soft, or if I should go on to a mediums like how everyone else is going to be doing. And at this point it was quite obvious everyone else is going to pit for mediums, so I was thinking of that. And you can hear me say I best stick on my 2-stop. So I had to make a decision.
Hey, chuck it. I'm staying out on my 2-stop.
And from that I meant I'm staying out on my softs. And you'll see why that's bad. And Mink retires from the session.
no.
What has happened to
How's that
Mink?
happened?
He's crashed in the pit lane. There's a lot of debris.
Have you done
And
that?
that is not good for Mink, but that is good for us, because if we can push for a good solid podium finish, we can get a lot of laps over here. And as you can see, as I said, a lot of people
Also, when you
have gone onto the mediums, especially the Alpines, who are quite quick. And I'm just checking my teammates' warnings here. But as you can see, these Alpines quite quick, and they were still on mediums. So
I think I've screwed up.
you can hear me say now I'm starting to realize, you can hear me say now that I think I've screwed up.
I've screwed up.
Yeah, and this is the time I realized I completely screwed up the strategy, and I probably would get like a P4 finish at max. Let's move on a bit. Tires are still fresh though. We can still get that P1 and get past Catty, extend by a bit, and hopefully everything goes to our way. Everything goes our way. Let's see, heating up the tires, weaving quite aggressively, but we're not getting a lot of temps, which could be detrimental. And as you can see, Catty is accelerating and braking, and he just goes, and here he slows down a bit, and then that confuses me, and then that just pushes Hedgeby onto me. Now I'm in the slipstream of Catty, but Catty is using up all his ERS, and he's not letting me past, which he should be doing, as clearly I'm being pressured by the Alpines. Here he blocks off the center, so Catty, being the absolute selfish guy he is, despite being teammates here, he's not letting me by over here. And I was just hoping, okay, maybe he's waiting to give me DRS, because maybe that could help me. Perhaps maybe that is what he was thinking, I'm not sure. However, still, in my opinion, he's being quite selfish here, as clearly I was on faster tires. He should have just let me by, and I was just wasting them behind him. As you can see, he's going so slowly with his like very old mediums, and I'm being pushed onto the Alpines here slowly as they're catching us. And honestly, he should just let me by, but he's still holding on to me. Perhaps he'll let me by on the main straight this time around, to help and defend with the Alpines. Not sure what's going on here. As you can see, his red light was flashing. That means he was out of deployment there for that lap, and he's still using his ERS to try and pull away. He's not letting me by, which is not helping me at all here. Still, we're using slipstream. We're gonna try and make a move on him here, as he's being too selfish over here, and he's just pushed me off wide, and he's got to keep the position there, and somehow his car just boosts past me. No, not sure what's happening here, and we push him off here, and then he just turns in on us, which is again, what is he doing, honestly? And that gives the position away to Hedgeby, who was again quite faster than us. And now Hedgeby, again, that not his fault, but there's no space there on the corner. Now I'm being pushed onto Sunny. Now we're losing position. Lost quite a lot of time and position, a position here, in just a matter of a few corners, because of Catty's selfishness, which is not what we wanted here. Not sure why he's done that, because at the end you'll see that he just completely ruins his chances of a podium and a race win as a whole. So you'll just see um, why he shouldn't be doing things like this. DRS is enabled. Let's move on to a few laps later, and I had to decide if I was going to pit at the end of this lap. If there was a safety car, I would happily pit at the end of this lap, but over here we brake late. Sunny breaks even later, still carrying a lot of momentum. Sunny the late breaker, Daniel Ricciardo just in Alpine. Amazing stuff right here. But he has 6 seconds worth of time penalties, and can probably stick with these guys ahead. As long as we can stick with the guys ahead, I think we could have been fine. Just a little attention to detail over here on the leaderboard or the delta. You can see Sam has 18 seconds of penalties. He's not the type of guy to get those many penalties, but quite odd from him right there. Anyways, moving on, Sunny messes up the S's, which helps us get closer to him. Over here, goes off wide, which gives us a little bit more time to gain on him here, with the help of DRS as well. Using a bit of my ARS. Coming through here near Sunny. Still about, the gap is about half a second, and I think it's going to close down here. We have DRS on Sunny with slipstream. As you can see, I'm not even using my ARS, but we are gaining so much. Sunny covers off the line. We brake at above 80 meters, and Sunny still brakes even later. Somehow he's still managing to make the corner. Comes here, and sort of like an illegal re-entry there. I nearly get pushed into the wall. I won't be reporting that, as didn't cause me any damage or anything right there. And somehow we're still within track limits, which is kind of odd, as usually it would give track limits there, but I guess again it's just Code Masters not really being the masters of code at all. And as you can see, because of the fighting between me and Sunny, I've lost about 3 seconds to HB, so I was thinking of pitting this lap, but then again Catty was not in a voice chat with me, so I couldn't talk with him to tell him that I'm pitting this lap. And you'll see why that is bad as well, because over here, coming at the end of this lap, you can see that Catty's gone into the pits, and because of that I had to stay out, and that completely ruined my strategy unless there's a safety car now.
I stayed out because Catty nearly.
Yeah, and I wouldn't want to risk staying behind Catty. So until there's a safety car now, well, my strategy is completely ruined thanks to Catty not communicating. He says he wants to concentrate, but he ends up getting a lot of penalties anyways, and he just bottles his race. So I'm not sure why he even bothers. Because if anything, when he's in party with us, because of his crappy mic, we are the ones who are distracted, because he gets all sorts of background noise in,
What is this guy doing?
which it doesn't help. And over here we have a little bit of contact with Sunny, which chips off a bit of our front wing off. So now, instead of just the tire change that we'll have to do in the pits, we'll have to even get our wing changed, which will mean a longer stop for us, which is again not ideal. Sunny's still going off wide. We still get DRS on him though, but still not enough over here, as you can clearly see. Still behind Sunny. We'll have to pit at the end of this lap, because if we go any longer, we'll just lose even more time here. Again, not very good pit entry, because here I don't want to do a Grosjean, and as you can see, we have to get a wing change, because we are getting a lot of understeer because of just that slight tap, which really shouldn't have done much, but we still get quite a lot of damage. I mean, understeer from that, which is again not what we wanted. And Steel Sneeze over a second behind, so that's our Mazepin of our league. I'm kidding, he's just got quite unlucky there. Coming on to the end of lap 28, as you can see, the clouds are starting to slowly form. Just pay attention to the delta, and we'll be skipping over a couple of laps. Catty has the fastest lap. Delta stays about the same, about 5.5 seconds. Moving on, let's see. It goes down by a couple of tenths to Catty. So me and Catty really doing the same lap times, nearer about. And here it's actually starting to get very cloudy here. Moving on to the end of this lap, Shishney spins in the pit, and over here Catty gets past. But look at the amount of time you've gained to AJ. That's over 3 or 4 seconds in one lap. Coming to the end of lap 32, you've gained over 3 seconds to AJ Sam. That is how much pace we had here at this stage. Very, very cloudy at this point. The sun's gone, and just with slipstream and DRS, we fly past Sam. And kudos to him for not fighting me here and becoming a pain in my ass here, because he totally could, but I guess he backed out there, which is, again, I don't control him, but that's fully up to him. Coming on to the end of lap 33, just again pay attention to the delta, and over here you can see it starts to rain. So we'll be staying on board for the rest of the laps. The remaining 3 laps, so 34, 35, 36.
I hope somebody would spin.
Just pay attention to the delta, and you can hear me saying that I am hoping somebody would spin, somebody would lose the rear, as that would be quite helpful to me, as I wouldn't have to, I would get like a free position that way. Just pay attention to delta. Delta to Catty and Bobby is coming down quite a lot. So that just shows we have quite a lot of pace right now, even when the tires are nearly 10 laps old. We have quite a lot of pace here. That gap's still going down between me, Catty, and Bobby. Bobby's lost a second here in just the first sector. Rain is still pouring. It's getting heavier by the minute, and we might have just 1 lap of winters at the end. Maybe, could be. Who knows? Could be. Catty gets another 3 seconds, so he has 6 seconds in total. As I said, he just doesn't bother staying in party or voice chat, and he still, ends up getting penalties to focus. So I don't really understand his ideology there. And Catty and Bobby fighting up the road. Catty gets past Bobby. Now Bobby is being pushed back onto me. Then Bobby is still trying to fight Catty here, and by this time it was quite obvious and clear P3 for me. But what I hadn't realized was that there was Sunny who was running in P2. Yes, Alpine was running 1 and 2, so first was HP and second was Sunny. And Sunny actually had 9 seconds worth of penalties, and I was just hoping that I could get a P3 at least, and I didn't know that Sunny had 9 seconds worth of penalties, and I was just hoping that I could maybe somehow perhaps get like a P2, maybe Sunny spins or something. And coming to the end of lap 35, we've gained over 2 seconds on Contra Bobby. Contra Bobby really, he is quite very, Bobby is quite excellent in the rain, as you saw in the Spa video. If you haven't watched it, well, then what are you doing? That was very chaotic. You have to watch that. And yeah, as you can see from the rain, Bobby is quite quick in the rain, but it's not really wet. Let's just say you can still run the dries. It's dry enough for that. And we're closing up onto Bobby quite quickly. Lose a bit of time here to Bobby. Actually, we gain a bit of time. That is quite odd, because usually if you understand that, you would get quite a lot of time here. There you would lose quite a lot of time. But okay, kind of weird. And over here, it is a certified P3 for us. Coming up onto Bobby here, we have to get past, and by this time I was informed that Sunny had 9 seconds, so I had to clear Bobby really quickly. Like literally coming into this corner, I had to clear Bobby, which I'm which I can't. So I might lose the position, and HP wins the race. Kudos to him, GG's to him. Really, really good performance today. And as you can see, we're still stuck behind Bobby. Perhaps maybe on the last corner we can get past Bobby. This is all we have to do to get a P2 finish. Bobby covers us off. Where do we finish? We finish P3. 1.2 seconds to Sunny. Quite a good race in my opinion, as Mink retired. Both the Ferraris retired, so that's a lot of points for us in the Constructors Championship as well as the Drivers Championship for me, as now I'm ahead by, I think, before the stewards verdicts come out, I think I'm about 20 points in the lead of contended Mink going into Brazil. And yeah, make sure you tune in Brazil, which is next week, and that will be 36 laps of, again, quite fun and interesting stuff. And I would like to thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like and subscribe, and if you've subscribed, you want to get regular updates about these videos, then make sure to turn on the post notifications. If you want to watch these races live, then the link for my Twitch is in the description. I would like to thank you for watching, and bye bye.